Hi Jack, thanks for joining me today to talk about Microsoft's latest release wave for Dynamics 365 marketing. I know that you've taken some time out to look at the release wave notes, so could you talk us through a couple of the new features?
Hi, Cara. Thanks for having me. Yes, there's a couple of features that are worth calling out on this release wave. First of all, we've got the ability to scale your multi brand business effectively. This is going to allow us to separate out all of our journeys, digital assets, content, and customer preferences to support a multi brand strategy. It's going to allow us to review our marketing analytics at an individual brand level, region, or organization level as well. So it's going to be really cool that we're going to be able to split out all of these different things uh, by different brands, geos, regions, or product lines. We've also got our ability to use the AI powered content idea feature. And this is a brand new feature that's going to use AI to create email content for us to put in. It essentially takes a number of key messaging points that you input and it uses AI to scan the internet for similar things that have been done in the past and will automatically create content that you can go ahead and use in your email. If you don't like the content that it's created, you can change your keywords that you've put in. You can also adjust what the AI has come back with. Finally, we've got the ability to prevent message fatigue, and this is something that's come up in the past with a few customers. Customers have been worried that if they're adding people into multiple journeys, that they're going to start receiving a lot of emails. Microsoft have now added the ability where we can cap per channel the amount of messages that people are receiving. For instance, we could cap this to 2 SMS messages per day, and then we could also allow them to have 3 email messages a day as well.
Sounds good. So, as a marketer myself, I guess one of the areas that interests me the most is around communications and engagement. Are there any new features on that front coming up at all?
Yeah, definitely. So there's two main features that stand out to me here, and the first is the ability to drive engagement at scale with audience-specific content. This is bringing in the use of conditional content blocks. Anybody that's created an email in Dynamics 365 marketing before will have most probably used a content block. Microsoft are now introducing the use of a conditional content block. What this means is instead of just using a content block, we can now use a conditional content block and send different content to different users. This is really good because it means we can send the same email to multiple users, even if they need to receive different content, meaning that we don't need to go away and create two separate emails.
That's handy.
Indeed, it is. We've also got the ability to create engaging email content using feature rich text links. So, this is something that Microsoft have added for hyperlinking essentially within emails. Before, this could be a little bit of a challenge, but Microsoft have made this nice and easy now. So, if we want to go ahead and add a hyperlink, we can go ahead and choose a hyperlink for a URL. We can direct them to an event website, a Microsoft Teams check-in, surveys, file downloads, and even calendar item creations as well. So that's really cool and a good addition.
Nice one. So it sounds like it's definitely going to make things a lot more efficient then. So I guess in terms of enhancements to usability, what's been your key highlights there?
So there's a few key highlights for me in this area. And the first one is the new segment builder. So anybody that's used the old segment builder will have come across the same pain as me, I'm sure. And this is when you're going ahead and creating your criteria, you can't actually see who's been added into that segment until it's gone live. Well, in the new release wave, Microsoft are changing this, and as you're building out your criteria for your segment, you will be able to see how many members and who the members are that are being added to that segment. So, a really cool feature, something that I've been wanting for a while, and I'm sure many customers have as well. They're also changing the way that we can update journeys. So anybody that's tried to update a journey previously will be aware that when you want to go in and make a change to a journey, it will create a copy of that journey. Not only was that a little bit annoying because it meant you had to go around and find the new journey, it also meant that you ended up with loads of different journeys with the same name with just slightly varying differences. That's now changed. So if we want to come in and make a change to a journey, we can do it on the fly using the same journey and we don't need to create any copies for that as well, which is a really nice addition. Finally, we've also got the ability to add custom channels into outbound marketing. So for anybody that's been using real-time marketing, this is now being added into outbound marketing as well. So that means we're now going to be able to use our custom channels, whether that be SMS, whether that be push notifications on an app in outbound marketing, which is once again a really good enhancement.
Brilliant. So thanks very much for all that insight there, Jack, and for chatting to me there today. I'm afraid that's all we've got time for at the moment, but I look forward to discussing more release waves and key highlights and takeaways again with you soon.
Superb. Thank you.